Welcome everybody to the 2022 Installation and Volunteer Appreciation event. I would like to introduce Carol Christensen as our MC today.
Hi everyone and Happy New Year. In my role as immediate past president of CTR and incoming President Paula Turley's broker, I'd like to thank you for joining us and welcome everyone to our virtual volunteer appreciation and installation in honor of Paula and the many members who helped make ECAR the outstanding association that it is. I would also like to recognize and thank our installing officer, Rhonda Ivy Lentini, for being with us today. At this time, I'll call on Matt Lissy, 2018 ECAR president, for invocation and salute to the flag. Matt is also a military veteran, so would anyone who is currently serving or who has served, please give us a wave so we can also honor you after Matt's invocation as we salute the flag. We thank you for your service, Matt. Go ahead.
Thank you. It's good timing too. My church bells just ended. Good afternoon, Realtor family. It is with great pleasure and gratitude that today we honor and thank those who will be leaving office. First, for their dedication to ECAR, and second, for the personal sacrifice they've made to elevate our profession as realtors. And to those who have been chosen to be our new leaders, may their wisdom, vision, and courage enable them to bear the responsibility of leadership bestowed upon them. At this installation, we may also remember our responsibility to serve our communities, and to have the wisdom to make the right decisions. The persistence to support them, and the commitment to uphold our code of ethics and each other, no matter the challenges this new year brings. We are from many walks of life, yet we have the same goal. With Martin Luther King Jr. Day just around the corner, I'm reminded of the CTR phrase from 2020 that hate has no home here in Realtor community. And I'm proud to say our association is committed to inclusion and opportunity and perpetuity. Thank you all for you do, and let's make 2022 a remarkable year. Now the salute to the flag, which if everybody could please stand up. Pledge allegiance
To the flag
is the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty
and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Would our past presidents who are here with us today, please wave and say hello as I call your name. 2021 President Bonnie Nault, 2020 Greg Hanner, 2019 Ryan LaJoy, 2018 Matt Lissy, 2017 Marilyn Lushers, she's sick today, so she's not here. 2016 Quincy Clayton, 2015 Mary Casabria, 2012 Kathy Dupree, 2011 Samantha Story, 2009 me, 2008 Sue Barnhauser, 2001 Norm Cram,
Aye.
and 1987 through 89 Jan Saharsky.
Hello.
Thank you for your invaluable input and past service to ECAR. Emeritus is an honor bestowed on members who have achieved 40 years of membership in the National Association of Realtors. The criteria also includes a requirement of volunteering as a director and as a committee member at both the state and local levels, as well as volunteer service at the national level. In other words, it is not easy to achieve this milestone. Let's give a shout out to our emeritus members, Norm Cram and Leon Aubry, who are on the call. If I missed anyone, Please announce yourself so we can recognize and thank you for your decades of service. I'd also like to say thank you to each and every one of our
Carol,
major
I think we did forget Ed Stebbins. I see you, right, Ed? You're emeritus. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, Ed. I'll start again here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of our major RPAC investors. Did you know that ECAR has 33 out of the 80 major investors in the entire state of Connecticut? That's very impressive considering there's also only 16 local boards. If you're on the call, please keep waving as I call your name. Sue Barnhauser, Greg Broadbent, Molly Bruno, Judy Caracaza, Ann Carpenter, Mary Casabria, Deb Chamberlain, myself, Dan Cantino, Stephanie DiBiase, Melody Edelman, Melissa Giangrasso, Greg Hanner, Bill Heenan, Susie Hurlbert, David Johnston, Andrea Kazantis, Matt Lissy, Marilyn Lusher, Bridget Morrissey, Emily Myers, Mary Nassy, Bonnie Nault, Tim O'Laughlin, Mary Pula, Denise Robillard, Tom Switz, Tammy Tenorello, Chris Tremont, Paula Turley, Tony Walstra, and Stacy Wyeth. Thank you again. Everybody should be waving now. Wave. Yay. And special thanks to our 2021 President Circle investors, Molly Bruno, Deb Chamberlain, myself, Bonnie Nault, and our newest Golden R, Marilyn Lusher. For those of you that don't know, it takes at least $3,000 to reach this level. And this year comes with a trip to Baha Mar in the Bahamas, which is happening next month. Thank you all for investing in your business. And now I'd like to turn it over to Bonnie Nault, your 2021 president.
Thank you, Carol. It was quite a ride last year, wasn't it? We have done a preliminary tally of our production awards, and I'm pleased to show you today. Susie, can you please share the screen and show our fourth quarter Circle of Excellence, Annual Master Sales, and Master Sales Volume Awards?
Everybody see that?
Yeah, it's you can't see the whole thing.
There's quite a few. These results will all be published on Monday of next week. Congratulations to everyone.
Huge list.
Huge list. It was 7 sales transactions per quarter, 28 for the year, or $10 million.
Very impressive.
Yeah. So thank you so much to all of you who have had such a successful year. I'd like to share some of the highlights of 2021. My theme last year was Can Do, and this video is a testament to what we did together and an introduction to our incoming president, Paula Turley. Please enjoy this year in review.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I am absolutely thrilled to be able to be part of your installation and to install my good friend and fellow town councilor at one point, Bonnie Nault.
I'm honored and very grateful to be here in front of you. This brings me to a few of our strategic objectives, one of which is owning our own headquarters.
We move where you already know. So just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance. shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, it's something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move where you already know, so just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel the good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. I can't stop the feeling, so just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. So just dance, dance, dance. I can't stop the feeling, yeah. So keep dancing. Oh, yeah, yeah. I can't stop the. 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 Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel the good, good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. All those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. Rise and shine, rise and shine, rise and shine. Stormy, this one's for you. Rise and shine, rise and shine. Ooh, the sun is coming up. Rise and shine.
What is it like being married to a realtor? It means that you share your spouse with the needs of anyone else who wants to buy a home. Paula's greatest strengths are tenacity, empathy, organization, and just having a big heart. Paula will make a great leader for next year because she is dedicated. Am I looking forward to her being president? Yeah. This is her thing. She loves it. She does it every day. She lives it. She breathes it. And it's easy to be in love with someone like that.
I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Good, 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 good to be alive right about now. Hallelujah, let that bass line move, yeah, say yeah. It's good to be alive right about now. I got.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful, Susie, for putting that together. I'd like to specifically recognize right now our 2021 committee chairs. Affiliate of the Year, Sue Fasciano. Commercial co-chairs were Kim Casey and Tyler Gracie. Community Outreach, Chelsea Lucatus. Finance, Tom Switz. Forms, Paula Turley. Government Affairs, Matt Lissy. Grievance, Brian McCarthy. Member Services, Tisha Ladia. Professional Standards, Laura Fritsch. And YPN, Tia McCloskey. We also have two outgoing directors to thank, Marilyn Lusher, unfortunately she's sick, and Shalita Peterson, who are stepping down after a long run of service. I have one more very important announcement to make in one of my last duties as ECAR president. As you may know, ECAR has been endeavoring for the last 5 years to find a suitable building to purchase. It was one of Matt Lissy's objectives as 2018 president and repeated again by Greg Hanner in 2020. We almost bought a building last year, but that fell through when COVID swept the globe. I'm pleased to announce that we are under contract to purchase an even more suitable building at 35 Connecticut Ave in Norwich. Please watch this video, which we created last month.
Hello, ECAR members. My name is Bonnie Knoll, and I'm your 2021 president.
Susie can't see it. There you go.
Our CEO.
Hey, Bonnie.
Hi. And Matt Lissy, who is our former past president.
How we doing?
We're very good. If you'll recall, back in March of 2020, we presented a property for your consideration to buy, but that purchase did not come to fruition because of the COVID pandemic. Fast forward 1.5 years, and now I am very pleased to announce that we have another opportunity that has presented itself that we need your vote on. Our financial position is even stronger, and we are considering to purchase at 35 Connecticut Avenue in Norwich. It's in the business park, only 2.5 miles away from our current location. Matt is chair of the building task force. Let's hear about the property and our overall financial position.
So, as you said, Bonnie, we are even stronger now financially. We have $1.5 million in assets between our investments, checking, everything like that. Buying this property won't affect us at all. We need to keep 1 year reserve. We are well above that, even with purchasing this property. That said, there is a lease on this property as well. So we may not be able to move in right away. That's still something we need to discuss. But with that lease, does bring in positive income. So now we're making money on our investment still, maybe even more. Right now, we're possibly looking at a 5% return on our investment, maybe even higher. Again, I'm very frugal with my numbers. I like to keep them tight, and I like to think the worst. But a 5% return on investment is
better than we've been doing in the past.
Absolutely.
And we've been doing very well.
Yes. Moving into this property, we'll do even better. We'll be able to actually save money. It's less than we're currently leasing. And that's our main focus.
Which makes it kind of a win-win. So let's
With that-
talk about the property. It's on 35 Connecticut Avenue. It's only 2.5 miles away up in the Norwich Business Park. So it's really close by. It's close to Iliano's, Charter Oak, and it's 4,400 square feet. 2,200 is the main floor where the office is. It's got a conference room pretty much the same size that we have now. And then there's 2,200 square feet in the basement, which is vacant space, like an empty warehouse, but it is heated. There's about 30 parking spots, I think.
Yep.
And we're hoping that we might be able to expand that out. But whether we have this leased out and we're landlords for a couple of years, or whether we're able to get into this property right away, it'll be minimum renovations. On either scenario is going to be a positive net operating income for us.
We think it's a great opportunity. It's going to save us money, and we are looking for your vote.
Don't forget, it's the first time the task force and board of directors all agreed on this building.
100%.
Without any question.
Yeah, why throw away money anymore in rent when we can own? I mean, this is a realtor association. But the vote is coming up. It's going to be open electronically for 1 week. So we think this is a good move for you. We hope that you'll say yes to this property.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much, Susie, for playing that. Both the commercial and environmental inspections are complete. We have negotiated a fair price to move forward. You'll be receiving an official email notice immediately following this meeting, and a link has also been placed in the chat right now for you to begin voting. The electronic voting period will be open today through 5 p.m. on January 19th. And a brief membership meeting will be held on January 20th at 9 a.m. before our board of director meeting to ratify the vote and hopefully confirm our purchase. A town hall meeting for members is scheduled tomorrow at 11 a.m. for anyone who has additional questions. A link to register for the town hall has been placed in chat and will be included in the email you received this afternoon. I want to recognize Matt as the building task force chair and the task force members who stayed the course. Matt, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thank you to the task force for the long 5 years.
It's going to be a fabulous move for our association, and I hope we get your support. I'm pleased to have been part of this building search. And now back to you, Carol.
Thanks, Bonnie. It's an exciting time to be an ECAR member. We have a special guest with us today, Rhonda Ivy Lentini, to install our 2022 Board of Directors. Rhonda has been a licensed agent since 1981 and currently works for Remax Right Choice. She has been instructing for Dynamic Direction since 1997 and holds 12 NAR designations and certifications. Rhonda was Paula Turley's instructor for the pre-licensing course 10 years ago and has been asked by Paula to be her installing officer today.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. This is quite the honor. I want to congratulate the emeritus people, and I'd like to congratulate all the major investors. And 5 years ago, I was down doing a phone bank at your office there in Franklin with Marilyn and Carol and listening to them. And by the end of the day, I was convinced I needed to be a major investor. And I have been ever since. And Carol, you remember that day when I said, I got to do it. And yes, I met Paula 10 years ago down when we still had the Middlesex Board of Realtors, and it was located in Old Saybrook. And we used to hold those classes, Paula, down in that old moldy basement. All right. Remember those? And we've been friends ever since. I have another longtime connection with ECAR, and that's Susie. And I met Susie 17 years ago. She was with me at Greater Hartford for 10 years. And when your past CEO was retiring and they were looking for somebody, Susie and I had a conversation. I encouraged her to apply for it and that to use me as a reference, because I do have some connections at NAR. And when the final person to make the decision called me to ask me questions about Susie, she says to me, I've never had anybody have this many good answers about somebody ever. And she said, I just want you to know my next call is Susie. You've sealed the deal for her. And Susie and I laugh about that every now and then. So thank you all for having me. And Paula, it's an honor. All right. So now I'd like to introduce the 2022 ECAR board and your CTR state directors. I apologize if I say somebody's name wrong. Directors: Anne Marie Bellanote, Mary Casabria, Dan Contino, Stephanie DiBiase, Rose Epen, Kathy Gagno, Greg Hanner, Norm Graham, Matthew Lassay, Tina Luft, Brian McCarthy, Tia McCloskey, and now your 2022 officers: Treasurer Molly Bruno, First Vice President Melody Edelman, President-elect Melissa Giangrasso, immediate past President Bonnie Nault, and the 2022 President Paula Turley. Your elected 2022 state directors: Paula Turley, Melissa Giangrasso, and Stephanie DiBiase. Kathy Gagno. Congratulations, everybody. Now, let's get to the serious part. Today, you are accepting leadership, which is of utmost importance. You who have been elected this year as leaders of the Eastern Connecticut Association of Realtors are considered the leaders in real estate and are knowledgeable about problems of our industry. Therefore, a greater responsibility rests upon you as the officers and directors. During the coming year, you will be identified as official representatives of your association by the business community and must therefore conduct yourselves accordingly. In accepting a leadership position with the Eastern Connecticut Association of Realtors, you dedicate yourselves to work for the welfare of your fellow realtors and your community. In the coming year, as leadership, you will enjoy many new and lasting friendships and will experience personal satisfaction that comes only through service, cooperation, and unselfish interest on behalf of others. Your reward will be great, but leaders know the balance of your family, your business, and association. Nurture all three, and you will have a great year. Now, the serious part, the oath of office. Please raise your right hands. Do you solemnly and sincerely promise that you will administer the office or offices for the term to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the bylaws of the Eastern Connecticut Association of Realtors?
I do.
I do.
Not quite there yet. We still have a few more things to do before we do. It's not short, and I didn't write it. Thank you. That you will observe and enforce the code of ethics of the realtors and uphold and support the Connecticut Association of Realtors and the National Association of Realtors, as well as supporting the Connecticut Real Estate Commission in its enforcement of the laws. That all your acts will be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interest of our state, the high purpose of your association, and the welfare of its membership. If you do, please all together say, I do.
I do. I do.
I'm glad you do. So, by virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I am so proud to hereby proclaim each of you to be duly installed in the office to which you have been elected. And congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rhonda. I'm so grateful
very
that you're
welcome.
here today.
Thank you.
Even
We
though
go
if
way
it's-
back, my friend.
I know, even if it's just virtually, it means a lot to me. And
Thank you.
And that you're the installing officer, having known me through all of this entire time of my real estate career.
And I'm so proud of what you've accomplished,
Knowing
I had a part in it. So thank you.
Absolutely.
And
Bonnie
and-
Nault, our 2021 president, on behalf of the members, directors, affiliates, and staff of the Eastern Connecticut Association of Realtors, and in recognition of your leadership and dedicated service to our association, as well as CTR and NAR, I would normally be presenting you with a plaque at this time as a small token of our appreciation and respect. Since we're doing this event virtually, we couldn't get you the plaque today, although Stephanie has it and she can hold it up for everyone to see. And we'll make sure that that gets over to you. However, as my first act as ECAR president, I'd like to recognize and thank Bonnie for her dedication, tenacity, and hard work this past year. Bonnie gave her presidency everything, despite her qualms about not ever really wanting to be in the role. For someone who begrudgingly agreed to be our president, she led our association with all her heart and accomplished every goal she set out to do, ending on the bright note of securing a new building for our e-cars future. Can do was her theme, and she showed us all that she could, and she did. And I think she actually even enjoyed being president after all. I have big shoes to fill. As a token of my appreciation to honor your presidency, your leadership, and your can-do attitude, I'd like to present this special gift to you today.
Oh,
Technology is always advancing, and I'm able to upload the gift to you through the Zoom call. So here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bonnie, for a wonderful year. Let's give a big round of applause to Bonnie Knoll. Thank you so much for your leadership.
I'll open this while we're
Yay, Bonnie.
Thank you so much. I did enjoy it. I will admit I was a little reluctant, but there's nothing better than hearing the sound of past president. So we already thanked our committee chairs, our RPAC major investors, but I do really want to just recognize them again. I'd also like to thank Carol Christensen, who was the president of CTR during my presidency. It made it very wonderful to have somebody from our board up at leadership there. So thank you. I'd like to also thank our attorneys, John Peck and Andrew Salemi. We had some issues this year that we had to call on our attorneys for, and not only do they support us all the time, but in the special occasions, they really stepped up, including helping us with the purchase of this building. So I recognize them. And our staff is exceptional. Stephanie is wonderful. You all have to get to meet her when you call. Catherine, we had Mary Lee retire and we didn't know what we were going to do. And we hired someone interim, and then she quit, and it seemed like it was going to be a disaster. And it all worked out fantastic. And we promoted Catherine, hired an accounting firm, and then we have had the resources to have a part-time person of Carrie, who has just been wonderful to our staff, addition to our staff. And we are so fortunate, like Rhonda said, that she had so many wonderful things to say about Susie. Our AE, she works tirelessly as your president. You get to really work closely with the AE. And I must say, I was reluctant to be the president, but I will probably miss mostly out of this job my conversations with Susie. You're very fortunate to have her. And my executive team this year of Melody, Adam, and Melissa, Jane Grasso, Paula, and Greg, they were fabulous to work with, and now Molly will be joining the team. Greg has been immeasurably helpful to me. He'd be the first person I'd call, and hopefully Paul will do the same with me. We had some issues, and he was just wonderful. Not to mention his tech tips helped me. The reason you can see the background is because I have Greg's green screen behind me. He helps me all the time. And Paula has been just amazing on the forms. Our board is known for that. Forms is going to miss her, but we'll have her as president. She also spent hours and hours this year for me and our board restructuring all our governing documents, and she was tenacious about it. She's very organized, she's positive, and I am so excited to have her as my president. We wouldn't have anything to lead, though, if it wasn't for you, our members. Each of you has a voice here, and we listened. We've reduced the fees this year. And my goals for the year were to increase our RPAC, because I am 100% committed to it. Without legislation that helps realtors, we won't have a business. We have to stop the exodus of people leaving our state, and there's nothing better than having Republicans and Democrats in office that believe in our message and get things done for us. So I can't be more thrilled on how many major investors. Our board has stepped up and supported. And when every one of you gives, then I'll be really happy. And the purchase of this building is just a fantastic, fantastic thing for our board. We spend so much money every year, almost $40,000 a year in rent. And I'd like this to happen because it will be so good for you as a member. It will hopefully just do tremendous things for our finances. And we are a realtor. Why don't we own our own building? So, and then the other thing was community involvement. And I really encourage all of you. I'm just going to give one example of someone who from our board, unfortunately, has passed away this year, but Linda Davis is the shining example of what it means to serve and get involved in your community. And every one of you can take advantage of the opportunity to get on a school board, get on zoning, go out for town council, for selectmen, and this will increase your community involvement. And we do that so well here at ECAR. So that's all I have to say, and for my parting remarks. And I am so thrilled that I would present a pin and a gavel to Paula, and I don't have the gift to give back, but I will like to introduce Paula as your 2022 president.
Thank you, Bonnie. Susie, I just need to grab the screen here. And for some reason, there we go. All right, well, thank you, Bonnie. And I'm going to warn you all now that you're going to hear all the words thank you a lot today, because we as realtors have a lot to be thankful for. Over the last 2 years, our market has surged and our state has seen a positive population growth for the first time in many years. We are the lucky ones, as so many other businesses have had to cut costs and lay off employees and even shut their doors. I was really hoping we'd be sipping cocktails tonight, saying hello to old friends and meeting new ones at the Coast Guard Officers Club, but the world is turning a corner on the pandemic. It's the corner of realizing that we're stuck with this thing and we have to learn how to live with it and the constant change it will bring to our lives, both personally and professionally. But turning this corner also means that we've made some progress. It means that those of us who are willing and able to take an informed level of risk can, and we've learned how to work in this new normal. It means that we have to be thankful for what we can do during this time and look back and be thankful for the successes we have had over the last 2 years. A robust real estate market is a huge reason to celebrate, but we also have so many other successes and positive changes right here at our local association. As you just heard a little while ago, our board of directors, in conjunction with the finance and building committees, has taken on the necessary steps to buy a building that will eventually become our headquarters. If we as realtors tell our clients that the best investment they can make is in real property, then it only makes sense for our realtor association to make a solid investment in real estate. I've watched each president over the last several years make it to their mission to procure a building for our association's headquarters, starting with President Matt Lissy, who spoke about it in his 2018 inauguration speech. Matt launched our search through the efforts of our building committee, which he, Bonnie, Marilyn Lusher, Greg Hanner, Molly Bruno, Tom Switz, John Vincent, and Tim Bray all worked diligently on over the last 4 to 5 years to make this dream happen. I would like to take a moment and thank those members of the building committee, both past and present, for all their hard work on this project. Our association has also seen many other successes, such as our now annual resource conference, bringing in national award-winning speakers to our local stage and attracting realtors from across the state and beyond to Eastern Connecticut due to the quality of educational content that Susie and the resource committee consistently brings. Out of all the conferences and educational and events and seminars that I go to, this is the one I never miss. It keeps getting better year after year. 2021's community benefits raffle held annually at Lake of Isles was also a huge success. Raising more money than we have ever done before, ECAR donated to 10 charitable organizations that support local communities here in Eastern Connecticut. I have to give a quick shout out today to Chelsea Lakatis and Melody Edelman and the rest of the Community Relations Committee who worked so hard to put this event together. Thank you. Speaking of raising money, ECAR certainly showed up when it came to investing in RPAC this year. We raised 3 times more than what our goal was, 3 times, totaling over $50,000. 613 of us invested. That's over half of our membership, of which 33 became major investors. Those are some pretty large numbers. And each year our goal gets bigger based on what we did the year before. That means this year it's going to be even tougher to reach those goals. I'm going to quote our Vice Chair of Government Affairs, Marilyn Lusher, and say, what we invest in RPAC is voluntary, but it is not optional. If real estate is your profession, then politics is your business. The two are joined hand in hand, whether we like it or not. We are the largest trade organization in the country. We are a voice to be reckoned with on the Hill and at our own state capitol. But our voice is diminished unless we all give our fair share. $15 a year is all that is required. And ECAR, I know we can do better. In the past, we have held challenges for each board member to make a minimum of a $99 investment, and it was successful. But I think we can even do better than that. Our association is and has always been the example for all others to follow when it came to RPAC. And I think our membership looks up to our board as their example to follow. So here goes. Today, I challenge each of our board of directors to make a pledge to become a Sterling R, which requires an investment of $1,000 to RPAC. I know it's a bold ask, one that requires you to dip into your wallet a little more, but I feel confident we can do it, especially with this group of realtors who understands the importance of this investment. And as president this year, I'm stepping up and doing what I consider my fair share and increasing my investment this year from a Sterling R of a $1,000 investment to a President's Circle of $3,000, because that's who we are. Oops, hold on. I'd like to shift gears and take a moment now to acknowledge 3 women who I've had the pleasure to work with alongside for the past 2 years. The Women's Council of Realtors of Eastern Connecticut strives to advance women as business leaders in the industry and in the communities they serve. Together, we created and hosted networking and educational events for a chapter that we weren't sure we could even get off the ground due to the pandemic. But we all stayed positive and just kept on moving forward. I want to say thank you to Molly, Tia, and Sheena. These 3 women were instrumental in getting this chapter off the ground in just a few short months before the pandemic started, and brought me in as treasurer in the early 2020. What I learned about teamwork, leadership, finances, friendships, and networking gave me much needed additional confidence and experience to help me be a better leader today. I expect ECAR will be working closely with Women's Council to create some fun networking and engaging educational events this year. In addition to the Women's Council, ECAR also holds strong relationships with many other like-minded organizations such as Home Builders and Remodelers Association of Eastern Connecticut. One of ECAR's top supporters, Dustin Maurice of Green Home Solutions, is their 2022 president. And I'm looking forward to working closely this year with Dustin. Although the pandemic put a damper on our networking opportunities over the last few years, increasing the housing supply is in both our interests. And we have a joint builder blend planned for February 16th at Keith's Appliance in Norwich. In addition to creating great partnerships with outside organizations, our strategic plan also calls for ECAR to expand its efforts to foster a more inclusive environment. Well, what the heck does that mean? We all struggle with that one. To me, inclusivity is giving someone a sense that they belong, not fit in or be someone else in order to be accepted, that they can be who they are, as unique as they are, and they can still belong to be included. This NAR directive increases the possibility of home ownership and encourages diversity in our communities, in our profession, and in our association. Our association has been working closely with CTR, NAR, and various realtor councils to advance this objective. Efforts like the new Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Mentor and Scholarship Program, or DEI Mentor Program, put together by our very own YPN committee last year, is the first steps towards making a difference. But there's so much more to do, and we have a long way to go to educate ourselves, our legislators, and the public on these issues that have gone ignored and overlooked for far too long. Today, I ask our association members to take on the Fair Housing Challenge. This challenge was started last year by 2021 NAR President Turley to complete the Fair Haven housing simulation and the implicit bias training. The implicit bias training was a mandatory part of our education this past year, so all you really need to do is the Fair Haven training. It only takes an hour or so to complete, and you will have completed the ECAR Fair Haven Challenge. When I first became a realtor, I was terrified of working with my first client. I think most everyone can relate. My first deal was with an elderly gentleman who wanted to buy a mobile home. And if you've ever been on the buy side of a mobile home, you know that it's actually one of the hardest types of residential transaction. You have to get your client approved for the mobile home park. You have to find a mobile home inspector and deal with issues that are not normally on residential homes. I fumbled with the lockboxes, spent hours studying the MLS sheets to know where to look for things. It was daunting. At the end of the transaction, my client did something that no other client has ever done since. He gave me $500 out of his own pocket. He said he knew I couldn't make a lot of, he said I wouldn't make a lot of money on this deal. He knew I wouldn't make a lot of money on this deal, and that I did a great job in helping him. He didn't know it was my first transaction. Neither did the listing agent on the other side, who was Diane Contino, by the way. But that kind of kindness and generosity was just what I needed to instill the confidence in me that I could do this. I could be a great realtor. How the public perceives realtors is one of the most important and delicate aspects of our business. We hold claim to be the public's trusted guide to help them through one of the largest and most stressful financial decisions in their life. Our state just instituted new regulations regarding teams that will help consumers differentiate a brokerage from a team. And the Department of Justice has brought a lawsuit against NAR, citing that we are not allowing enough transparency in regards to buyer broker commissions, access to lockboxes, and that we are allowing buyer brokers to misrepresent to their buyer clients that their services are free. This lawsuit and the new team regulations are not going away. They bring the issues to light that we as professionals need to be, well, more professional, more transparent, even if it means taking more time or more money to do so. Developed by NAR, C2X helps us understand specifically what we need to work on. It's not a class or designation, but an assessment tool that measures your proficiency in various aspects of professionalism, from customer service to technology, then customizes content specifically for you. Once completed, you earn your C2X endorsement and are recognized by NAR as committed to practicing real estate at the highest professional standard in the industry. The best part, it's free. This year, I challenge the board of directors and chairs of all committees to complete the C2X program online and earn their endorsement. This achievement will help pave the way for all members of our association to practice higher standards of professionalism and become advocates for the future of our industry. ECAR has also had an increase in our membership during the pandemic. Over the past 2 years, we have seen our membership grow 12%. That's 135 new members, giving us 1,128 members. Welcome to the family. All of these things should be celebrated. But what is behind all of these great things? What makes up the association and makes it so great? It's our members and our support system, Susie and the association staff. A huge thank you to Susie, who I think wears a cape under her clothes every day. She is a superhero. And see if you can find her in these pictures. Catherine, Stephanie, Carrie, they're her staff, and welcome aboard, Carrie. We are lucky to have you. We could not do all of these great things without having the most amazing support structure that we have. So thank you. Thank you for all that you do. When these pictures before you were taken, these industry leaders most likely didn't know anything about being a realtor. They didn't know about RPAC or ECAR or what it meant to be a part of something that could help bring about change to the real estate industry. But each one of these faces is now an integral part of our association. But it took someone else, perhaps in their brokerage or someone that they were working a deal with, to say, hey, have you thought about joining committee, or would you consider joining the task force that I'm chairing? Because they saw something in that person that they knew would be a great contribution to the realtor cause. Carol Christensen was that person for me. I'm not sure what she saw or said to me, but she gave me the courage and direction to eventually end up here with you today. Thank you, Carol, for being such an amazing role model to me for all these years. Our association is comprised of what we make of it. It's only as good as its active members, of which we are so blessed to have so many. But we are always changing, evolving, and must bring in new, fresh faces in order to bring new ideas and leadership opportunities. This is not my association, or Susie's, or the association staff's. It's not your brokers, and it wasn't Bonnie's when she was president. It's not the Board of Directors Association either. This is your association, and it's only as good as what you make it. This doesn't just mean your input, it's also who you tap on the shoulder and engage with to become involved. Who do you know that isn't involved but would be amazing as a leader, an organizer, or just a contributor? That has great ideas for marketing or events, or is a wordsmith and regulations nerd that we could use on the forms committee. Maybe the person I'm talking about today is actually you. This could be your wake-up call to get involved. We all have our special skills to bring to the table. This is not my association. This is your association, and it's only as good as its active members. I look forward to working with you all this year. Thank you so much for allowing me to be president.
Okay, let's see.
And I think it goes back to Susie.
All right, and so it does. We're just about done here, guys.
I just want to say, can I talk for just 1 second?
Of course.
The present I got from Paula is a CB, and on the back it has ECAR can do. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're going to be a fabulous president, Paula. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Paula and Bonnie. I want to thank you for those kind words you said earlier. We are a family. We are a realtor family. We have our dysfunctions at times, but we are all in this together. It's not easy work, as Carol knows very well, by making it up the ranks all the way up to CTR president. It is not an easy journey for the volunteers at this level. So you guys are all rock stars, and I really appreciate everything that you've done for ECAR. Absolutely. In fact, we've got a couple of CTR past presidents. Norm is on the call, so you know as well. Denise not on the call, Deb not on the call, but that journey is real, guys. And Bonnie, you've done a tremendous job. Thank you so much. And Paula, I can't wait to work with you because I know how you are in forms. You are just a workhorse and an amazing achiever. So it's going to be great. Okay, and to the board of directors, thank you so much. I can't wait to work with all of you this coming year. And we're just about done. So now we get to talk about the people that support all of the realtor community. And that is our affiliates, who are truly the backbone of our association. Together, the realtors and the affiliates, we have a strong connection to our communities, to each other, and we help get those transactions closed quickly. We adapt, you guys all as affiliates. John Peck, remember when he turned things into a virtual transaction so we could get through the pandemic? We work together. So it's not without the generous support of our sponsors who make the events possible and everything that we do at ECAR, so you guys can get together and make those connections. I strongly encourage all of you as realtors to introduce yourselves and become familiar with our appraisers, attorneys, inspectors, lenders, insurers, and other affiliate members who help you manage a smooth transaction. And I want to take a couple of moments here to introduce our 2022 annual sponsors. So we have our diamond sponsors. The first one is Green Home Solutions, represented by Dustin Maurice. You all know he's a busy guy because he is also the president of the Home Builders Association this year. So I appreciate all that you do, Dustin. You're out there, you're involved in the association, you're on the committees, you're at the events. So go ahead and tell us what you got today.
Well, thank you. First of all, those that don't know me, my name is Dustin Maurice. I'm with owner of Green Home Solutions. We're an indoor environmental professional company. We specialize mold, bacteria, virus, rodent infestation cleanup in association to the real estate transaction. And yes, I am also the Builders Association president, and I'm really looking forward to working with Paula. We already have a couple joint events coming up. I really, for somebody that lives in both the real estate world and the builders world, I know the secret ingredient, and it's realtors. So it's going to be nice to put those two worlds together. Paul is going to be awesome. Bonnie was awesome. Susie's awesome. Everybody's great. And thanks again for having us. And cheers to a new year.
Thank you, Dustin. And then we have the law office of Albanese and Canower. I know there was a period of time where we didn't know where Chris was, what was going on, but he did not move to Mexico. He merged with Gina Canower, and I would like to introduce and thank Gina for continuing with your diamond sponsorship at ECAR. Go ahead, Gina.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations, Paula. Welcome, everybody. I appreciate you having me. And yes, Chris and I merged in August, of this year. And he's still part of us right now. He's traveling, working remotely, but he'll be here this summer when everything gets crazy busy again. And we'll get to see his smiling face here in the office and around town. I know he knows a lot of people, and I hope to make those same connections he did as the years go by.
And Gina, if I'm not mistaken, Chris is not the only one who has a connection to the military. Am I right?
Correct. Yes. My husband retired in January of last year. So he's been retired for a year. He did 25 years on submarines. We were in Florida, we were in Norfolk, and we ended up here in Connecticut, where I'm from originally. And we decided to stay, and here we are.
Well, thank you. We're so pleased to have you. Next is Prime Lending, represented by David Johnston. I don't even know if David needs an introduction. He's like a part of the fabric of ECAR. We love David. He's also another one who is there, not just financially, but totally involved on the committees, at the events. David, are you on the call? Yeah.
Yep, I'm here, Susie. Thank you. Appreciate it. I love working with the ECAR members, and it's the committees are great. The people are great. You guys. Thanks, Bonnie, for a great year, and Paula, looking forward to 2022. My son, Randy, who's on my team, couldn't make it here today, but he said the same thing. Today, I just wanted to real quick say, thank you for a great 2022. We're looking forward to, 2021. We look forward to 2022, and I just finished training on a new program that I think is going to be pretty important for this year. It's an FHA 100% financing program. 600 credit score. It allows for higher debt to income ratios than CHAFA. So it's a great alternative to say CHAFA. If anybody has any questions on it, want any more details, give me a call, and looking forward to hopefully seeing everybody soon once we get past this latest surge in COVID. Thank you all, and see you soon.
Thank you, David. And then we have Sound Home Inspection represented by Tom Morgan. And I will just say that Tom and April have been Diamond sponsors for a couple of years now. And when I asked him if he wanted to renew, he said, absolutely yes. He sees the value in being a top sponsor and affiliate member of ECAR and the relationships that you realtors make with our affiliates. So Tom, did you want to say a couple of words?
Yes, it's April. Tom's not able to be here today, but I want to say thank you, Susie. Thank you, Paula. And thank you for all the referrals throughout the year of 2021. It was a great year. And we're looking forward to 2022. We also have an additional service that we're offering is called Home Binder. And it's free to any clients who we inspect for, and it's a way of clients keeping track of their home improvements online, so that say 10, 20 years down the road, they go to sell, instead of handing a pile of receipts to their realtor, hopefully they've keyed information into the computer and they are able to pass that information on to their realtor. So again, thank you for all your support, and congratulations, Paula, and all your team.
Okay, thank you, April. And then we have our platinum sponsors. Matt Morrell is representing Chelsea Groton Bank, and they've been a longtime sponsor. And Matt, I just want to give a shout out to your boss, Mike Rao. He was named Citizen of the Year by the Eastern Chamber. And during his speech at that event, he talked a lot about diversity, equity, and inclusion. He's a big supporter of that. And I can't say enough positive stuff about Mike for that. So thank you to Chelsea Groton Bank. Go ahead, Matt.
I appreciate that, Susie. And I was actually going to wave off my comments and just say congratulations to Paula on what I thought was a phenomenal introduction speech. So that bodes great things for this year. But because you just mentioned that, I do want to say what I was originally going to say, Susie, which is tomorrow, Chelsea's being honored as one of 3 finalists in the Northeast Banking Magazine's Count on Us Awards program. And this highlights organizations who basically, through COVID, really created some unique partnerships to try to aid the community in the more desperate state that all communities were in during this pandemic. And we did that through residential lending, we did that through PPP and small business lending, and we did that through our foundation, which doubled its donations last year because of the need in the community that we all serve. So congratulations to everyone, the outgoing members, the incoming board, and to Paula, and I wish you all the best of luck and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Matt. And if there is a way that the association members can help make that happen, you're welcome to put a link in the chat if there's a voting thing going on. Thank you so much.
Great, thanks so much.
And then we have Gateway Mortgage Services represented by, I think, Tori or Dorothy Sadi. I hope they're on. But I will just say that they have really come through this past year or two. They are getting more and more involved with ECAR. They sponsored the entire High Roller event that we had in September when we did the resource conference. We also did a major investor event from around the state, and we had close to 35, 40 people from around the state, and they sponsored that entirely. And now they are stepping up as platinum sponsors. So thank you to Gateway. And if Tori or Dorothy are on the call, please let me know and go ahead. I'm not sure if they were, so I'll just keep going and you can cut in if you are here. So next is Homestead Funding Corp, represented by Keith Turner. He's another one of our stalwart ECAR members. We are so thankful to have Keith. You represent all the youth in banking. That is so great, and you're just a huge supporter of CHFA. I believe you're like one of the top in the state for that. So Keith, thank you for all the connections that you have made and the involvement that you have with ECAR. Go ahead. Is Keith on the call? If not, Liberty Bank, represented by Pam Days-Luketish. Are you on the call, Pam? Okay, Liberty Bank is another one. I work with Pam on the Southeast Connecticut Housing Alliance Board. That's part of the Council of Government. We have become pretty good friends, and Pam has also really stepped it up. She is also involved with CHFA. So please think of Liberty Bank as well when you are putting those transactions together. Next, we have Peck and Teneski. John Peck is another one of our greatest members. As you know, he is the reason why our community benefit raffle is so amazing every year and draws people to come back every year, because he and Dennis are so funny. Not to exclude the community outreach committee that works so hard to make that happen. But John, that's all you. And then I could go on and on for about an hour about the work that you and Andrew do for ECAR. So I'll just let you go ahead and say whatever you'd like to say today.
Well, thank you, Susie. I just want to congratulate Bonnie on a year well served. It was great working with you over the past year. Paul, I look forward to working with you as well, and wish you all the luck in the world. Hopefully we'll be able to do some in-person events over the course of the next year. I'm sure everybody's said everything that needs to be said. I appreciate all the relationships that I have in ECAR, and the only thing I guess I'd like to say is that we just hired a new attorney. Her name is Heidi Farrier. She's a resident of Mystic. So Garen, Camisar, and I are really happy that she's on board. Unfortunately, we don't get to see you guys as much as we used to. You are, by the way, welcome in our office for a closing, although I know a lot of agents have decided that they have better things to do than to listen to me talk for 25 minutes or so. But congratulations to the board. Congratulations to you, Paul. I hope the year is a spectacular one, and we're here whenever anybody needs us. So thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Next, we have Sunrise Home Inspection, represented by Kevin Power. I'm not sure, Kevin, are you on the call? If not, he's probably out at an inspection, and he has been with ECAR, also a stalwart supporter for years and years, first with coastal inspections and now his own business. And I had the pleasure of sitting with him at the Women's Council installation, and he's just a fine gentleman. So there's another one for your toolkit. Next, we have our gold sponsor, Tiger Home and Building Inspections, represented by Sue Fasciani. And Sue is also very involved. Our affiliates are probably more involved than any other association affiliates. We know you guys, we're friends with you, you're involved, you attend stuff. Sue, go ahead. I think you're the chair of the affiliate committee. Thank you for that. So if you have anything you'd like to say, go ahead.
Great, thank you so much, Susie. I first want to congratulate Bonnie for now being past president, and congratulations, Paula. Look forward to working with you this year. I enjoy working with Susie and Catherine, and now Carrie recently. She's been great too. So that's always a joy to work with you guys. And I just want to say, Tiger we're celebrating 30 years as a family-owned business in the state of Connecticut, throughout Connecticut. So we're really happy to work with all of the realtors, lots of familiar faces here. I hope to get to know some of you that I don't. And just want to mention that, as we see things rising, we are going to be offering, and rising, I mean in the economy, food, groceries, that type travel. We're going to be trying to offer some specials to help out your clients. So please make sure you check out our promotions that are going to be going on throughout the year. And we do have a $99 special going on for radon testing this month, as it is Radon Awareness Month.
Very good. Thank you, Sue. We do have a bronze sponsor today, which is a one-time membership meeting sponsor, and that would have been Mary Beth Barber with CADIC, who we're thankful for that sponsorship and for her membership and involvement with ECAR. However, she's unable to join us today. I think she caught one of those bugs. Hopefully it's not COVID. Okay, so thank you, everyone. That's wonderful. We're grateful for all of your support. And if you guys, once again, my staff is getting lots of kudos today, which makes me very happy. But I just want to point them out because they are my staff and I work them like slaves probably, and thank them for their tireless work in helping to keep the association running through all the ups and downs, and every day every way. They're my friends, they're my colleagues. We get this thing done and we have a good time doing it, don't we, Catherine and Stephanie and poor Carrie, who's also out today. So thank you.
And
Now-
don't forget, today is Catherine's birthday. So
Oh
happy
my
birthday to
God, we all
Catherine.
forgot again. Thank you, Paula. Teamwork, right? Happy birthday, Catherine. I will not indulge us all in singing happy birthday, but we'll do that later. So happy birthday, Catherine.
Thank you. I was trying to forget, but thank you, Paula.
Okay, we do have a great year planned, starting with our next virtual membership meeting on Tuesday, February 15th at noon, with an update on teams from Cindy Butts, who is our state association CEO. So we're very thankful to have her. We'll also have an update on taxes from Greg Antipov, who I know is on the call, followed by that live in-person Realtor Builder Blend on Wednesday, February 16th from 5:30 to 7:30. And now it is time to do the raffle that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. I've got all of your names on the wheel of names here. I'll go ahead and share this. The first one that we do will be for a $150 gift card. Are we all ready to go? We can see it, right, Catherine?
Yep.
Okay.
Kind of hypnotizing.
Leanne Obrey. Oh, did I mention you have to be present in order to win? Is Leanne actually on the call today?
I don't see her.
She
Okay.
was, but she might have left.
Oh, darn for Leanne. Okay, here we go. Samantha Story. It's Sam on the call.
I'm here.
Awesome.
Yay.
Sam.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one, Stephanie, can you hold up? Hang on a second. I think I have to change this to a gallery view. Stephanie, please hold up one of the realtor bags. That's going to be the next thing that we raffle off. Okay, let's go. Two of them. One is green and one is black. Jan Sajar.
And I am here.
Awesome.
Awesome. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, another bag. Goes to Ruth Butler. Ruth, you on the call.
Thank you.
Was that a yes for Ruth?
Yes, she's
Okay.
here.
Okay, good. I can't see you guys at the
Okay.
moment. Okay, we got one more roll of the dice here, and that is for a realtor party scarf. So we got those for our government affairs committee members who did such a tremendous job of increasing our text opt-ins, increasing our major investors and our RPAC participation, which tripled in the last couple of years. This group is just unbelievable. So we have a few leftover scarves. So I got this one for today. Val McNeil. Val, are you on the call?
I am.
All right, congrats.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And let's see. That's about it for today. Your feedback, suggestions are always welcome. You can call me anytime. Thank you for spending the hour with us and 15 minutes today.
Don't forget to vote.
Yeah, don't forget to vote. You would have gotten an email about 15 minutes ago for the building vote. We hope that we have 10% we are required to get for a quorum in order to ratify the vote. We hope that you agree that it's a good move for the association, but that is your choice. It is now open. Go ahead and vote electronically. I will also remind you that tomorrow at 11, there is a town hall meeting. We didn't want to take too much time if there was any questions about it, but if anyone wants to get on that, and get your questions answered. That's tomorrow at 11. That went out in the email at 1 again. So please continue to be vigilant and safe in your business. COVID is not over. Get vaccinated, wear your masks, distance, and please take care, everyone. And that concludes our program today.
Matt Leasley.
Thank you, everyone.
Matt Leasley.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you for sending, thank you for sending the 2 people for PMP.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.